What is up, everybody? We are back. Today is March the 30th, 2026, and we're doing a trade recap. So, I I just got TradingView Premium or the Essential plan, like the $15 a month plan. And I can't believe that when I copy trade like 20 accounts, I'm gonna need to use TradingView, and it costs $240 a month. So, just had to put that out there. No, it's still kind of crazy. But let's get right into today's recap. So, market open, I was pretty bullish. I would have liked to be bullish because I was thinking last night, this happened last year. We inversed a whole up move. I'd like to inverse the whole down move, inversing the up move. Because we also swept August lows all the way over here. Like, look at that. Got a weak magnet. There we go. And we swept this, right? At some point, I think. Not sure. Anyways, let's just get into this. I was looking for a retest of this hourly fair value gap. Looking for longs out of this. Targeting, hourly fair value gap, and midway through market open, super early on in the day, I was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't marry this bias. It's not. I'm not always right. It's not like I'm trying to predict the market. Sometimes I'm wrong. I was clearly wrong. So I go to the 15-minute. Instead of marking out this hourly fair value gap, I totally just mark out this so I could just have a line there. It's way easier. And then, hold on, let's make this white dashed, much better. Cool. So we have, let's go to the hourly. Super important fair value gaps. Right here, this is discounted. This one is below equilibrium. This one is an OTE, I believe. Indeed. Cool. This fair value gap's an OTE. I like that one. I always love retracing to equilibrium of higher time frame moves. It helps me create my bias for the lower time frame, and it respects so quickly, especially if you're in a downtrend on the high time frame. You can predict a nice retracement for the day when you're very bearish on the higher time frames, and you just have to take a long because you've been dumping all morning. So marked out this high right here. I think I had this marked out. This might have been a... Oh, this song's so good. What else did we have? It looks a little different from the trade C that I traded on, but whatever. I never use TradingView, but I'm gonna start using it for YouTube videos. Cool. Let's get started. So, how do I do this? Oh, I'm figuring it out for the first time. Wait, is it playing? Okay, lock in. We go to the 5-minute, load up. Boom, instant RL right here. Gotta take this out. Honestly, if I'm looking for longs, we gotta retrace lower instantly and keep that up there as a nice magnet. And I don't even know what this is. This must have been a tweet. It's been every morning this week. So, or last week. Lock in. Stay with me. 1 minute into market open. Oh, come on. Lock in. Dude, this is slow. Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. Okay, I'm still figuring this out. I'm going to be honest. Cool. All right, nice. A lot of people saw this 30-second inverse. I can't use a 30-second? Are you joking? Whatever. There was a 30-second inverse right here. Boom, beautiful, right? No, you broke structure, potentially sweeping liquidity. Look, you go up to the 3 minute, you have a wick there. That's swept. So we also had another 30-second inverse. I told myself to be patient recently, so I didn't take this 30-second inverse. Or it was more like, yeah, it was exactly this. So I marked it out. I was like, okay, well, if I was to enter this, it would be something like it'd be something like that. Something like that. Targeting the hourly fair value gap, just disregard using this 15-minute fair value gap as a break even. This 15-minute that I didn't bother marking out. But yeah, that one doesn't matter. Let's continue. So the entire morning, just straight dumping, dude. Dump after dump. It does not stop. We hit this hourly for value gap in the discounted range. I was looking for a resweep and an inverse for value gap. We did not get it. And at this point, we do have a 15-minute fair value gap above that has not been touched yet. So I love that. Absolutely love it. We can also mark out this 5 minutes for take profit purposes. And you'll see why I say that. Bang. So let's continue. Looking for a re-sweep of external lows. And there we go. We left this hourly for value gap inside of the OTE, 0.618 of the range. So I wanted to actually tap this and then move up. So this is where I was looking along. There was a 2-minute fair value gap that I would have loved to inverse, but we actually respected it. So this is what I was looking at. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of this 15-minute. And not to mention, we have this LR right here. Beautiful. Don't go against LR. Oh my gosh. This is becoming a really solid trade. Like, my dream setup is a 1 to 5.37 RR. My first YouTube video back, I back tested. It was a 5.37 RR. And it was a 1-minute inverse, break even at the 5-minute fair value gap, no retrace, jumped up, hit the LR, targeted the end of the 5-minute fair value gap. It was crazy. It was just a backtesting session, but it was crazy. Anyways, let's continue. Bang. We create a 1-minute inverse. Failed to retrace to it. That's okay. We keep going. I'm like, okay. Would I take this if we inverse this gap? No, because it's just based off my market experience, this move is not good. Price could still just dip down and just keep consolidating downwards. So I need some distribution upward. So this is the fair value gap I'm looking to inverse. And we actually do take out this high inside of the fair value gap, and we still respect it. But we do inverse this fair value gap, and I'm very confident in this LR and this drawn liquidity because it is, Powell just spoke, it's 9:45, and we are finna go up like crazy. I already know. So I'm targeting this unfilled 5-minute and 15-minute, and I look for a slight retrace on this candle, and I enter right here. Stops at the swing low. Always keep it at the swing low. If you keep it right here at the end of the fair value gap, you're going to get stopped out 15% more. So just risk the extra $200 rather than missing out the $1,000, you know? And then take profit could be at the LR. That's fine. I took profit at the beginning of the 5 or 15-minute. What I wanted to do, a little too scared to, I could have taken profit at the end of the 5-minute fair value gap because I've been backtesting a lot recently. And every small fair value gap that is good as a take profit, when you're targeting an unfilled 5 or 15-minute, if they're small, you can target the end of it and it will get filled all the way and still get respected. In fact, it'll probably the wick will probably triple it. It'll always go past it. So disregarding that, I had a 1.63 RR. I know that. So let's say my entry was right here. Cool. My entry was right here. We're in. And this is where I'm like, wow, the volatility is insane. And then boom, we're just dumping down. I'm like, okay, we could retrace, right? Right? This is not looking good. But then I'm like, okay, potential. Potential. We create another fair value gap. I'm like, okay. This fair value gap makes or breaks the trade, right? If we inverse it, we win. That's how it works. We keep going down. I'm like, oh my gosh, this fair value gap's going to get inversed. This one's going to get inversed. So we're inside of it currently. We close inside of it. And we start getting a retrace. I'm like, okay, sweet, sweet. Next thing you know, we inverse the fair value gap. I'm like, okay. Confidence is through the roof now. No joke. Create another fair value gap. I'm like, okay. If we inverse this one, we're just consolidating. There's no way, right? There's no way, right? Exactly. We respect it. Trade is a dime. Break even is at the top of the LR. If my break even was the first swing high of the LR, I would have got stopped out. Easy. But I've backtested this. I've taken this into account. Wait a minute. Sweet. So, literally 5 minutes later, we hit break even and we start camping at my take profit. I'm no joke. We start camping at it. Just kidding. We smash it instantly, dude. It was crazy. What a banger trade. 16 minutes. And, of course, you know what we had to do. We had to journal the trade. And it was a dub. It was such a banger. What I learned, I noticed that retracing into OTE on higher time frame helps with my draw and liquidity. Here's the picture from today. We made $1,766 off of this banger trade. And it was honestly beautiful. It was so crazy. And my emotions. Always track your emotions so you understand what you're feeling and why you're feeling that way. So I was definitely nervous. Super obvious because I waited so long. Patience pays. And because I waited, I had a lot of confidence. And I could have taken profit at the top of the 5 minute, but, you know, I didn't want to be greedy. So what I did, I took profit at the bottom of the 5 minutes. Still made $1,800 on the day, which was absolutely insane. But without further ado, let's end it off there. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, subscribe, and a couple of my videos are going viral. So thank you. I appreciate it very much. So I'll see you on the next one. Peace.